I just went to one of the best comic conventions I've been to in a while. Let's see what I picked up. What is going on, YouTube? This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics Collectibles, and welcome back to another video. I was lucky enough to go to one of the premier comic conventions in my area. Now, this convention was actually put on by members of the IG community, the comic book community, the YouTube community, and it was my first time experiencing this con. It's the second year of its existence. I wasn't able to make the first year, but I was so excited to finally get to this con and meet some of the fellow Instagrammers, YouTubers, and so on and so forth, high-ranking members of our community, and just chat with some of them, meet them face-to-face, and of course, pick up some books. Now, this is, I have to be honest, was one of the best cons I've been to since COVID and the pandemic. I mean, outside of the major cons that I've been to, like the massive ones, this one was a little bit smaller, but it was just comic books. There was no frills, there was no toys, there was no, other stuff that you guys see at cons. It was all comic books. Vendors, as far as the eye can see, new vendors, people who I haven't seen before, bought in books from, stuff like that. And I thought the quality of the books that were there were freaking awesome. So I'm going to show you guys some picks that I was able to snatch while I was there. It was super busy, so I couldn't do a video and I couldn't take a lot of picks. So here you go. Check them out so you guys can see. So that pretty much was the show floor. Like I said, there were so many booths there. I couldn't take pictures of everything. I had to kind of steal some of these pictures from other people I know out in the community, so you guys can see what was out there. There were, like I said, there were awesome vendors, awesome books, and most importantly, there were deals to be had there. Okay. A lot of the conventions that I've been going to, these smaller cons, other stuff, like a lot of the books to me have been overpriced. I think a lot of the stuff there was fairly priced, right on the money. So the vendors there did an outstanding job. Before I show you guys what I picked up, I want to shout out to everyone who was there that I met at this con. Of course, everybody was there. New York Warriors are there. Erod, Barry Gary was there. A whole bunch of people from the community. Illusionary Comics was there. Whole bunch of people that I've talked to and I've met through Instagram, but haven't actually talked to in person outside of a couple. So it was great to see everybody there. And I want to thank them also for putting on the show and being a big promoter of the show, because this thing, like I said, it was really awesome. So now to what I picked up, right? When I go into cons and when I go into shows, I make a list of stuff that I'm really looking for, that I want to buy. And of course, I always look for stuff that I think is undervalued and underpriced. with the way comics are moving right now, there are some books out there that are going so quickly that some of the dealers haven't really adjusted their prices. So to me, that's what I look for outside of the stuff that I normally look for. A positive note was I actually bought some books off an IG seller. If you guys don't know him, check him out. It is what is his channel? It's Silver Age Spidey Classics on Instagram. He's always selling a bunch of ASM books, stuff like that. I needed some of the smaller books for my ASM run up to 300. So I met him there. He's local, and I picked up a stack of Amazing Spider-Man keys from him. Not really keys, but small books. They average out at $8 a piece. I paid $190 for the total of 22 books, which I thought was fair. Like I said, nothing major, just books I needed to fill for my run. And of course, when I was there in the show, I picked up 2 books. That's it, just 2 books, but they were bigger books. So there was a bunch of stuff that I was looking for, but it was packed. This thing was absolutely packed with people. I got there, I wasn't there for the early bird from 9 to 10, but I showed up at 10 o'clock when the regular entrance was there, and I was able to snatch up, a couple of books that I had been looking for. So without further ado, let me show you first what I picked up from Silver Age Spidey Classics. There's 22 of them, so I'm going to be very, very quick in showing you which books they are. Okay. First one is Amazing Spider-Man number 192. Amazing Spider-Man 196. Amazing Spider-Man 202. Amazing Spider-Man 205. ASM 207, ASM 208, ASM 209, ASM 228, 234, 251, 255, cool cover, 267, 270, 275, 276, 280. This is a cool cover. 281, 282, 283. We're almost there. 291, another cool cover. 292 and 295. These are all like VF, fine books, stuff like that. Nothing crazy, just books that I can kind of fill out my run, because that's what I really need to do. I actually want to collect 1 through 300. I have 1 through 50, multiple copies. I have a bunch between 51 and 100, and I have a lot between, 100 and 300, but I need issues to fill in here and there. So that's what I picked up from him before the show. He was gracious enough to meet me there, wait for me, and we made a quick deal in the parking lot. It was always nice to see him. We have actually made a deal before in the past for a bigger book, but that's a story for another time. Regardless, like I said, there were a lot of great vendors at this show. I'm not going to go through every one of them, but Absolute Comics was there, Kyle's Comics, Zap Comics was there, and a couple of, like I said, members from the community. Very Gary's was there, Erod was there selling books. So great to see them and, pick up books from these guys. Like I said, I only picked up 2 books because I had a couple of things in my mind that I was looking for. And like I said, when I always scan walls and go through bins, I'm looking for stuff that I think is underpriced, or stuff I want for the collection, or, something that I think is worth it. So with that said, I went in looking for one book, Amazing Spider-Man number 135, the second appearance of the Punisher. Beautiful cover, looking for a high-grade copy. I literally walked in and somebody was buying that book for a great price. I was hoping he was going to put it back and not take it, but he ended up taking it, so I was pissed off about that. Not pissed off, but I was like, damn, I just missed it. I wish I had gotten there 5 minutes earlier. Missed out on this book, but a couple of vendors had this book that I'm going to show you next that, I don't always go out looking for this book, but when I find this book and it's really, really, I think, underpriced, I try to pick it up because it's one of the best covers you're ever going to find in a Silver Age book. And that is, of course, a copy of Silver Surfer number 4, classic cover by John Bashima. With Silver Surfer, Thor, the Bifrost, just a magical cover. And this book is actually in really decent shape. He didn't have a grade on it. We settled on a price of $7.75, and you could see to get definitely benefit from a press. There's a little bit of a couple of bumps of discoloration right here, But other than that, man, this book looks really, really nice. I'm thinking this book is probably like around a 6065 range. The spine is really, really nice. You see a lot of flattening on these books, stuff like that, miswraps, because it is a square bound book. You don't see that on this one. It's really nice and tight. Really nice copy. I paid $7.75 for this, which I thought was a really good deal because 7.0 copies are out there for $1,400 right now. So I thought this was an undervalued key right now, especially with Silver Surfer possibly coming to the MCU at some point. This book, I hope, is going to take off another leg. I do have a 7.5 CGC graded copy of this book. I definitely wanted to add another raw one, and I think I got a good deal on this one. So that was one of the big books that I picked up from a dealer who was really, really nice. I didn't catch his name. Haven't seen him before at a convention or the local shows that I go to. So it was really nice picking up books from him. The last book is a book I went in kind of looking for because there's rumors out there that this character is coming to a future Sony film. It's only a rumor right now, but I'm hoping that it does happen because I think this book has already started to jump, and I picked this book up for a really, really good price under last sale on GPA. The last sale on this book was I think $900 recently on GPA in this grade, and it's a graded book. It is a copy of Amazing Spider-Man number 194, the first appearance of the Black Cat, Felicia Hardy. This one is a white pager, 9.0. I do have an 8.0 copy in my collection, and I have a raw copy as well, but I definitely wanted to get a higher grade copy of this book now that we believe that she's going to show up in a future Sony film. And that's what I'm hearing, that she may show up in that Madam Web movie. I don't know if that's going to be the case. There was talk of a Black Cat movie possibly coming in Sony's universe. No idea. There was a casting that everybody thinks supposedly she might be playing the Black Cat. I can't confirm it, but either way, a lot of people are hoarding this book right now, so I definitely wanted to jump up on another copy, a higher grade copy than I originally had. I paid a total of $700 for this book, so $200 under the last sale on GPA. So when I saw that, I made the seller an offer and I snatched it up because I do think that this book is going to go even higher once Black Cat shows up in a future movie. So, like I said, that's it. I picked up 2 books, and of course that, run of early ASM from a fellow IG collector. But I got to tell you, I was really impressed with this con. If you guys don't know, it was called King Kong. It was, the second one, so it's King Kong 2. If you guys are in the tri-state area and you guys haven't checked out this con, next year, actually, I'm hearing that they might do another one in September, so I hope that's the case because I would love to attend the next one as well. So if you guys are in the tri-state area on the East Coast, make sure you come down and hit this con because it was a lot of fun. Not just for the books and the vendors and stuff like that, but for just meeting everyone out there in the community. If you're active, it was great seeing everybody. I had a blast. One of the best cons I've been to in quite some time. So with that said, guys, if you are not a current subscriber of the channel and have been digging my content, I want you to go ahead and click that subscribe button for me. I want you to smash that notification bell. And of course, I want you to tap that like button for me because it does help the channel out. And of course, make sure you guys are checking out some of my other videos. This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics Collectibles saying stay mighty and have a great day.